All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that little intro video. Something I worked pretty hard on in the last few days. But yeah, welcome to Greyhound Night, which is hosted by 116th Greyhounds. Of course, you know, if you don't know who they are a competitive Hell Let Loose clan based out of Germany. Seems like every Thursday they host a Greyhound Night, which is a mixed event. Get some European clans together, and play some Hell Let Loose. So of course they have brought me in here to cast one of the sides for one of the servers. They usually have 2 servers going, and looks like I am in server number 2, which is a pretty healthy mix. Like I said, of different European clans. Like obviously, 116th Greyhounds has some guys in here. First Fallschirm Jaeger, WD-44, which I was educated last time that they are from the former lands of Yugoslavia. So good on them. Hopefully they do well tonight. Looks like pretty much everybody is in, and the map has been changed. So not too much in terms of pregame. Honestly, I don't think that's a bad thing. But yeah, we're gonna get into this. I believe the map they're gonna be playing on is Carentan. I'm about to find out in 1 second. Yes, it is Carentan. So I will be on the Axis side. So gonna kind of let the teams sort themselves out real quick, and then I'm gonna either make a squad or join a squad. So yeah. Anyways, I'm Colonel Matthews with the 10th Mountain Division. Representing my clan, my realism unit, that is 10th Mountain. We, of course, are also participating in the HCA. We're in the minor leagues, unlike 116th Greyhounds, which is in the majors. But yeah. No, it's like I said, it's an absolute honor to be here. Thank you for 116th Greyhounds for, inviting me to this event. I'm going to try to do it every other week, because usually every other Thursday I'm pretty busy with something. So, yeah. Well, looks like everything is settled. I am going to be taking a squad leader position just because I want to see all the pings and stuff. And I'm going to be spawning in and running myself off the map. So give me just 1 second. Yeah, they should have plenty of time still on the warm-up. Yeah, I still have a couple minutes. So let me run somewhere real quick, and then we will get everything kick-started. So, not to toot my own horn, but over in the States, we do have a very similar event, which is the Embassy Friday Night Fights. Not quite the same as this, or I believe Goff also has a Friday night fight, but still, nonetheless, pretty interesting. So if you are an NA clan, a rep or a member, definitely get a hold of me on Discord, and we will get you guys set up. So let me swap some stuff over. Now let's get ready to cast this battle. So 1 second here, let me turn my sound on. Alright, so like I said, we are playing on the map of Carentan. This is the midpoint of Town Center. You either love it or you hate it. Very condensed, very tight street fighting area. Very tough for both teams to push in. Looks like the first allied point is Derailed Train. Of course, the allies are in red. Axis is in blue. First Axis point is Mont Halais, with the last allied point being 5 a second start, and the last Axis point being La Maison de Orme, or Orme. I do not know French, so please do not grill my ass that much. But looks like we're about to get into the action here. 10 seconds on the warm-up. Looks like the Axis side still having a little bit of trouble getting some nodes up. They still have some engineers working on that. You can see them in the back. And we are officially live, so potentially an hour and 27 minutes of Hell Let Loose footage. that we are about to get here. So let me sneak on in. Allies already dropping supplies. Looks like that's fallen somewhere in this area. And of course the Axis are dropping supplies north of the point. So you're going to be seeing some pretty top-notch, you know, frontline Garys up, both from the Axis and the Allied side. So yeah, let's see who gets here first. Looks like the Germans, wow, they have they have dismounted this truck early. It must have gotten stuck. Let's check in on that real quick. Looks like you just drove into a dead end. So, still kind of rough. While the Allies, looks like they are a bit more on the ball. This truck, of course, not going directly for the point, but still getting into the 4 grid squares. Which is why there was a little bit of Allied cap presence right there. And now it's coming back to that, so... You know, playing it pretty smart. Looks like they're going more for like the northern church area, at least with a team. Looks like they do have a decent sized force pushing into the midpoint, only 4 guys. And their southern force just got wiped. You guys, some 1st Fallschirmjägers, 91st, Panzer Grenadiers, GR3, not too sure who they are. If you are a member of that clan, please let me know what exactly that is. So... interesting dynamic here. We can see that the Axis forces, which are in blue, predominantly pushed in from the south. You see them all kind of hunkering in this area, while the Allies are pretty much totally opposite of them. So, interesting strat. However, it looks like the Allies do have majority control over town center. As the Axis boys, the boys in blue, ooh, a little spawn. Gets wiped though. That OP is probably toast. Is that OP even still there? No, that thing's toast. Yeah, you can see, you know, the Allies, like I said, they're the boys in red, kind of have, like, actual strong point domination. But the Axis, I mean, look how thick this line is. You know, pushing in from the south. And of course they have a looks. Getting right into the action here. And the Axis are actually... oh, they have a looks and a Panzer IV. And it looks like the Axis are starting the process of the decap with those tanks. I mean, this is going to be brutal. Let's see what exactly they're shooting at. Are getting it nice and tight here. My man Angels gets erased from the map from the Panzer IV. These 2 tanks are going to hold it down while it looks like the Axis infantry are going to kind of control the rest of the point. But man. Yeah, it's looking interesting. And the Allies are actually getting cap pressure. Actually, now they're not. So this is going to be a very, very tough fight for, you know, the middle of the map. I mean, it's... you know, we're almost 4 minutes of actual gameplay in and still no cap victor. Axis strafing run coming in. Doesn't look super effective. That is one thing I kind of noticed about European teams compared to NA teams. Seems like NA teams like to kind of save their strafing runs for, you know, when recon's taking out backline Garys, while you guys seem to use them a little bit more offensively. But then again, we don't have a mid-cap winner yet, so, you know, might not even really come into effect yet as far as using it to defend backline garrison. But I could be totally wrong. All right, here, once again, this German southern push, starting to kind of wrap their way around the point. We can see that they're gaining map control between the points. You know, once they cap town center, they'll be able to push right into derailed train. Which could be huge. But, I mean, the Allies... like I said, the Allies are in red, Axis is in blue. You know, the Allies do have a really heavy concentration just north of the point. I mean, you can see all those cherries just starting to push in. However, they're slowly getting enveloped, it looks like. You know, you got dudes from Panzer Layer here, you got dudes from 501st ES. which we actually played 501st DS this past weekend in the HCA. But yeah, both them and Panzer are starting to push in, starting to wrap around, you know, maybe make their way to the church. However, we are getting some heavy street fighting right here. Let's see what goes on. See if the Axis can clear this out. Looks like they are chucking smokes. Ooh, that grenade. Grenade gets answered, though. Another grenade. Yeah, this alleyway just looks like death for the Germans. So, might try to just pin them down here and not necessarily push it, but still. You know, sporadic gunfighting. Look for, like I said, the 501st ES and Panzer guys maybe trying to wrap their way up around church. Looks like we got some 38th Infantry guys. 38th Infantry Division, of course, being another German held-at-loose clan. Looks like they're going to try to answer him here, though. So we'll check back in on that fight. Looks like the Axis, you know, with their tank advantage, you know, being very strong and aggressive with it, looking like they're starting to eat away at the strong point pressure. And of course, like I said, they have this little force here, you know, 29 SD. Not too sure who those guys are. If you are from 29 SD, please let me know. Looks like them, 1st Fallschirmjäger. I got some WD-44 guys. You know, a guy from BC, which is a clan we actually played in the preseason of the HCA. They're pretty good. And it looks like this point's going to be going to the Axis unless we get some crazy plays, you know, after a solid 7 minutes of gameplay. So, in that case, I'm going to get the boom ready. And it has officially been capped. So, Axis team is now up 3-2. Of course, I'm on the winning side, you know. Always seem to choose the winning side in these so far. But, yeah, so now what are the Axis going to do? You know, looks like they still have a pretty good envelopment. You know, we can see their positioning on the map. Strong in the south, strong in the southwest, although, you know, the enemy team's starting to challenge them here. And now they're starting to wrap around the north. So, everybody that's inside of town center is slowly getting enveloped. So, my man Jesus down there might be the guy that was Jesus Christ last time. But, yeah. You know, there are some 38th guys that are kind of outside of the pocket. You know, let's see if they can clear up some bodies. But, I mean, it looks like town center is relatively totally under control. However, it looks like recon coming up here might pressure this garrison up where our Greyhound commander is. I'm gonna guess that's BO Ace. Just 13 or 13 EO Ace. I'm not too sure. I'd have to ask him. Yeah, so now the Axis, what do you do from here? Okay. You have pretty much supremacy over the town center point. You know, this is full of Axis players, you know, totally dominating town center itself. Now it's time to start getting pressure on derailed train. And it looks like we have a Southern Gary up. We have, you know, this is probably more of a frontline / defensive Gary, like guys can spawn in and push. But guys can also spawn in and fall back. So, probably like to see a little bit more garrisons up, but I'm not going to complain. So let's look at the Allied answer here. And like I said, kind of reforming the front line, you know, starting to get from point A to point B. You know, a decent sized force going to meet this initial push from the Axis players here. And then if we look to the south, that garrison, of course, being a red territory means it locks out. Enemies are within 100 meters. So if you're the Allies, just having a guy somewhere close, which is like Don R. Wetter, what a name, must be pretty close to this garrison. And he's about to ice my man. Yeah. Wow, poor Clancy. But yeah, I mean, I'm right next to the garrison. And this guy... Yeah, garrison's right here. Looks like my man Finn, if he can win this gunfight, he can take this out pretty easy. Because he knows where it is. It's definitely marked out for the enemy team. But my man Templar might answer the call. He actually nukes it. And Templar kills him for his troubles anyway. Yeah, so that garrison is gone. And now there's a Stewart coming in to, you know, contest this little push we got here. So yeah. Southern push kind of stopped. Looks like my man Lionheart might have found where the garrison is. You know, might try to be marking it or letting people know that it's there. Of course, I have voice chat turned all the way down, so that way people aren't, you know, getting information and or, you know, not understanding German. Or whatever language these guys are. You know, you got some Spaniards, you got some, you know, guys from the former lands of Yugoslavia, as they put it. So, yeah, we could be hearing a multitude of languages right now. But yeah, so the situation, and town center's starting to be capped. Ooh. Ooh, boy. So it looks like the allied team, they have gotten some kind of spawn somewhere probably up to the north. And it looks like they're starting to trickle in and capture this point. So now we're seeing a role reversal. It looks like the Axis boys are definitely have to start pulling back. Looks like they are. Because this allied push, you know, definitely could be dangerous, and they are still capping the point. So you have a force up by the church starting to push their way in, and looks like you have a force down by this garrison starting to push their way in. So we might actually get the complete opposite of the situation we saw before, where, you know, one team kind of envelops the other. So, but we'll see. As these guys start pushing in, we got, you know, Grandpa, Bloodverst, you know, some guys from BFTB, BST2. So, although the Axis are starting to defend and they're starting to cap. So we'll check in on this. We'll see what's going on at Derailed Train. Actually, now that I say it, they're not capping anymore. But now they're... Oh. it's a contested point. And we have a bombing run coming in. Oh, man. Was that a defensive bombing run? Yes, it was. So... Oh, man, calling it in, trying to thin the herd of guys that are pushing his point. Doesn't look like you got too many kills with that, but still, might have cleared just enough for his guys to get in position. And once again, we have a really decent push, you know, a squad, 2 squads, starting to make their way into town center. I mean, they're chucking rockets. I mean, this is gonna be a dogfight right here. Oh. Yeah, I mean, this is this is what you come to Carentan for sure. You know, that thick, you know, close quarters, house to house fighting. And this Panther, I mean, my man Carnifex, he's not any kind of class that's anti-tank, but he's definitely pinging out this Panther for his boys. And my man Joniper tearing up this alleyway, keeping those guys that are anti-tank capable away from his tank. So, looks like the X have a bit of an upper hand here, especially with the Panther rolling up. Yeah, because, I mean, if you're the Allies, which like I said, the Allies are the boys in red, this can be very tough to, you know, come back from. So they did have a decent sized spawn up there, so maybe they'll be able to get something going again. However, the Axis, the boys in blue, pressuring Derailed Train, really strong presence to the south. Like, check this out. I mean, this is, what, like 2 squads worth of guys-ish, you know, starting to get in there. Definitely getting some cap weight, and they are in the strong point. You know, but they do have some bodies in the strong point. So, definitely gonna need a really strong allied response here in order to clear this out. It looks like all the spawn points are in the north. I imagine the Gary that was down in the south got taken out, and that's why this push, you know, is so strong. Not really challenged. But yeah, I mean, this is looking really good for the Axis here. So we might see a 4-1, like, really quick. So, man, yeah. Although they're getting some cap progress on town center, and this has just been contested. So if the Allies can hold on, you know, start getting some kills, you know, start clearing out their defensive point, might be able to see, you know, a bit of a reset, you know, a bit of a redeploy, the defensive fallback. But I mean, unless this Axis advance goes unchecked, I mean, they're hands down winning this cap race, without a doubt. And it looks like we're about to get another boom for the Allied boys. And a defensive bombing run coming in, but it's going to be too late. So that's 4-1 for the Axis boys. But there is a bombing run coming in, so we might get a nice little counter attack. And there's an airhead back behind, so this could be GG really quickly. But yeah, Axis, man, this is this is a push and a half, man. Like, they came in, took this point, no problem. And you can already see, you know, they're starting to advance, starting to push out, starting to clear out spawns, you know, starting to, you know, make their way over to 502nd start. And now it looks like light tanks coming up in support, heavy tanks still kind of hanging around town center. Looks like Able is going to get a garrison up somewhere down here. So, yeah, I don't think there's any question that the Axis, you know, have the advantage, and now they have the, you know, the Allied guys on the back foot. But the Allied guys, you know, coming back in strong, you know, heavy reset, getting their guys back, you know, getting ready to defend 502nd start. They got to know that these guys are pushing in heavy from the southeast. They have to. So look for them to start spreading out around here. And it looks like Black Shooter knows there's an airhead back here. And now there's a big spawn. Oh boy. Actually not too massive a spawn. But yeah, my man Black Shooter, he's got to be calling out that there's some kind of spawn over here. You know, nice little airhead. Yeah, if someone doesn't come and take this out quick, I mean, this could be disaster for the Allies, for sure. But yeah, let's see if they get another spawn wave on it. Kind of want to see how this develops. You know, are the Axis gonna, you know, kind of ride this, you know, airhead to victory here? I don't know. We'll see. And like I said, you can see them just pushing on up. You know, take this front line and just move it from point to point. You know, that's hell of this competitive. Looks like no one else is really spawning in on that airhead. You know, they did land some supplies. Axis do get a Gary up. But now we're going to see some guys push in. Might be able to lock this garrison out. With it being in enemy territory, you know, it only locks out whenever enemy are within 100 meters. So, if, you know, you can get a couple guys anywhere decently close, I think it's going to be locked out. It looks like my man Loomis and my man Carnifex from 38th Infantry Division might make that happen. Yeah, it's not locked out yet. But we should see them get close enough to lock it out. Yep, just like that. Things locked out. They do have a frontline garrison in the other wheat field, you know, northeast of 502nd start. So, if you're in the Allied team in red, this is looking pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie. Let's check out, see if there's any counter push or anything like that. You see the looks moving up. But, yeah, there is some counter push. You know, it's not all smooth sailing for the guys that are pushing in. You know, pushing from derailed train out to 502nd start. And there's a garrison that just went hot back here. So it looks like my man, I'm gonna guess and say that means Bayonet. Him and Schotten and Scope 2000 from 38th Infantry Division might find this garrison and might take it out. Speaking of that, oh, and it's already taken out, so, you know, the Puma's moving in to defend, might get some kills, but, you know, if the 38th guys that are over here, you know, can get some decent spawns, get guys pushing in, they could force a bit of a retreat here. Axis recon plane, you know, seeing some guys making their way in. You got Bex, you got Met Hurry, or maybe Menthuri, starting to push his way in. And the Puma taking pot shots at the Greyhound. Yes, I think that's the Puma. And just like that, we are seeing some cap progress on derailed train. So this match might not be an Axis blowout. They are getting some guys in there. My man Penguin. Hell of a way to spell penguin. I don't know if that's the German way. Ryan Bolson. You know, some guys from 38th making some noise. Looks like 501st ES is coming back to defend, but there is cap progress on 502nd start. But it is being answered. Yeah, I mean, if you're the Allies, you could not peel guys off a 502nd start. Or at least a lot of guys. Yeah, with it being, you know, your last point, you can't just, you know, sell the farm, trying to, you know, force an attack on derailed train. But they are getting some guys in here. Like I said, some 38th Infantry Division guys. Like I said, Schotten and Penguin. You know, getting some guys in there. You know, let's see if they can get in the strong point, get some cap weight. Got some 501st ES guys. You know, trying to hold the strong point. Which, like I said before, we actually played them this past week in the HCA. And they are really solid. So let's see if 38th is up to the task. I think 501st ES actually beat 38th in the ECL as well. So, you know, not only are they making some noise in the minors, but 501st is making some noise in the ECL. And, you know, starting to get some cap progress on derailed. My man Fostros, that was inside the point for the Allies, or for the Axis, just went down. So let's see if the Allies can force a bit of a comeback here. So, because yeah, I mean, if you're this squad, I mean, you gotta get some extra bodies out back here just to help. You know, pull those guys from the Axis team, from the front line that are pressuring 502nd start. Force them to come back to derailed train. Move up your front line. You know, that's all stuff that, you know, teams need to think about when they're playing Hell Let Loose. But we do see some 501st ES guys pushing in from the eastern part of the map, from this garrison that's in E7. Let's see if their cap weight is enough. You know, as they cross into the soft cap. Looks like the Panther just took out something. What was that? Oh, that was a 76. That's bad for the Allies. Can't be losing tanks like that. And the Axis team is defending. Like I said, look at this withdrawal. You know, you can see these guys pushing back, peeling off of that front line. So if you're the Allies here, you have to get forces pushing in. And they're threatening the garrison up to the north. So that thing's about to go down. But, you know, huge play here, delaying what could be a capture. But as I say that, you know, some guys are starting to make their way into the cap circle at 502nd start. So, if you're the Allied boys, you definitely need some spawns. And you definitely need them quickly, you know, to start defending 502nd start. Because it doesn't look like there's that many guys, you know. The squad, you know, you got some BC, you got some 29 SD, you know, WD-44, the Yugo starting to push in. So it's not a ton of cap weight, but they have cap weight where it counts. Or at least they did. You know, they only got one guy in the strong point. Yeah, this is looking rough for the Allies. Like I said, you need a garrison down somewhere. You need OPs. You know, guys need to start coming in to defend this last point. Because, I mean, this battle's not even a half hour old. And we're already talking about, you know, 5-0 GG here. Man, yeah, good spawn. It has to be a garrison because the commander just spawned in. Yes, it is. Yeah, let's see if the Allies can have a bit of a heroic defense here. And they did call in a recon point, so they probably know this garrison somewhere in this area. And yeah, it is pinged. So the Allies doing whatever they can to hold off defeat for as long as possible. Man. Yeah, another big spawn wave coming in. I mean, that might be all you can do if you're the Allies here. But we can see some shooters, you know, starting to collapse in on that garrison. You know, some WD-44 guys. So, you know, expect them to start. I mean, now they have eyes on it. This guy's about to run to it and try to take it out. Oh, no, he gets iced. Yeah, so, and my man's gonna rocket it. Yes, he does. Wow. Excellent play by my man Clancy. And that could potentially be the dagger. We see a precision strike coming in. Is this gonna take out a tank? Ooh, the 76. Is it gonna hit it? Oh, man. Wow. So we did see a guy trying to make his way in there. Get taken out by the precision strike with the 76. And, man, this is already 50% capped. Looking like it might be GG here. There's a huge spawn wave up to the north. I got some BST-2 and some 38 guys starting to push their way in. But, man, this is looking pretty rough for the Allies right now. So, yeah, because, like, the strong point itself, like, I'm not even over the strong point. It's over here. And you can see, you know, nothing but blue. Well, there was a nice little spawn right there. These guys coming in, although they're getting murked. Holy shit. Yeah, they're all dead. So, I mean, Streamer's Curse, possibly, for an entire squad. Usually it's just one guy, but, yeah. That's looking like GG, man. Holy shit. Yeah. So, wow. Little over a half hour. Kind of expecting a little bit more this time. I know last time, the battle was pretty long, or pretty short as well. Yeah, let's see what I want to commend. Gotta make it quick. Yeah. Oh, wow. Nice. Epic fail. But, yeah. So, let's bring it back to me for a bit. Looks like they're gonna have a rematch. At least they want to. Although one person is left. So, hold on, folks. You know, it's not all... I don't think it's all done yet, but, I'm gonna take a little break, I guess. And also, Queen Elizabeth died. Man. Oh, and of course. So my old man's actually painting, in the process of painting my house. So, uh, looks like he's gonna be a little stuck coming home. Sorry for the random tidbits, but yeah, very strong match from the Axis. Uh, changed from Moggin. That's hilarious. But yeah, huge match for the Axis. You know, took the midpoint. Only really had uh a couple instances where they were, really threatened at all. Uh, I mean, like that one big spawn from the north from the Allies, pushing in basically from the church, uh, could have been huge. But, they were able to spawn back in, they were able to fall back, you know, kind of handle the threat as it came. And then, constantly kept pressure on the Allies. I mean, that's like competitive hell let loose. It's all about pressure, handling pressure, keeping it on the enemy. If you are getting pressured, like how do you respond? Like, is it a full reset? Is it that bad? Can you just send a squad back there and handle it? So, watching teams like handle that stuff is huge. And we saw the Axis, completely keep pressure on the enemy. And we saw the Allies, have some spurts, some moments where, they were trying to come back a little bit. But man, the Axis the Axis did not make it easy on them whatsoever. So, kudos to the Axis. I mean, they were pretty balling in that match. Just like the last time I did it. Kind of got that midpoint supremacy and never really lost it. Although pressured a few times, but all in all, excellent match from the Axis. And the Allies tried. Can't talk too much shit. They tried their best. So let's see what's going on. Not too sure. And it's wow. So the server pretty much emptied out. It's 11 to 17. Yeah, so let me message old boy. See what the hell's going on. Will there be a rematch in server 2? So let's see what happens. Not hold my breath, but you never know. Could be a rematch. Guys could start, flooding back in. I don't know. So, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just chilling like a villain. So, I guess what I can do, let's talk about 1/16th a little bit. Like I said, very gracious hosts. My man Black Shooter. He did say no on a rematch. So yeah. Let me message back to him. All right. Now telling him thank you. So, because he is Black Shooter, super easy to work with. If you are a streamer out there, and you're trying to, get some exposure, get some events under your belt, Greyhound Nights, they do post it. There is a Discord out there for, streamers and communities to get together. That's actually how I found this event. So, but yeah, let me wrap it up because there will be no rematch. Like I said, 1/16th Greyhounds. excellent clan. Like I said, they play in the HCA, also playing in the HCL. I believe the record in the HCA is 2-1, with victories over 82nd Airborne and Esprit de Corps, and a loss to DC Raptors, or Raptors DC. I don't know the correct order of that alliance, but yeah. So very formidable opponents. Saw a lot of other great clans in here. 30th Infantry Division, BST2, 501st ES, WD44, First Fallschirmjägers. I mean, the list goes on. I could probably name a bunch of clans here. But if I did not name your clan, still a huge shout out. You guys probably played great. But yeah, like I said, I'll probably be trying to host this every other Thursday, because I am a little bit busy on some Thursdays. But if I can, I'll stream it. So anyways, thank you guys very much for tuning in. I will be casting an HCA match this weekend. I believe it's 38th. Here, actually, I could pull that up. Yeah, let me go to caster's announcement. Yes, so I will be casting Raptors DC versus 38th Infantry Division for the HCA. That'll be Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Of course, I am casting that alongside Lapinu. He is a French streamer. Huge fan of his work. Even though I don't understand French, he brings so much energy to his casts. But yeah, lots of respect for that guy. And hopefully we have a good match. I know 38's coming in 0-2, and Raptors and DC is coming in at 2-1. So let's see if 38 can turn around. Let's see if Raptors DC can keep it up. So, anyways, I've been Colonel Matthews with the 10th Mountain Division, otherwise known as BMAT15 by my Twitch. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you enjoyed the content, please hit me a like, maybe even a subscription. Like I said, I will be casting some HCA. I will be casting, some events like this. So, yeah, if you guys want to watch some cool matches and stuff, stay tuned. Hopefully I get a match that actually lasts a little while. So we will see. We will see. I'll cast whatever they want me to cast. So thank you guys very much, and I will catch you guys next time.